Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Black Spring with Autumn. Thank you guys so much. And this is just going to be a brief stream. And I appreciate you guys for entertaining me earlier. Um, yeah, that was a bit of a rant. So, yeah, this is just going to be a bit of a brief stream. Just had a couple of things. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Not a lot of fluff. It is a Sunday evening, and shout out to everybody. Hi, Jeremy Lavilles. Hi, how are you? Easy Infidel. Thanks so much for coming back around. Yeah, I've been doing, just kind of popping in and out of, it seems like parking lots a bit lately, but I really appreciate you guys. So, yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a build up for a while because there's just so many things that are going on and yeah, I mean, like, just I'm just thinking this is just not the time. You can't talk everybody out. You can't talk people out of violence at this point, and I don't think some people actually get that. I don't think that they get that. If some wild maniac wants to, uh, you said yes. I've been wargaming since Friday. Well, thanks so much for coming back around, and I hope I didn't rough you guys up too much on the last stream. But shout out to the loyal patrons: Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, Definition of Anarchy, Chrysler Imperial H, Little Miss Goth, Let the Truth Be Told, AZ Infidel, Cold War Jesus, and Little Miss Goth. If I missed you, so shout out to you guys. So I just had a couple of things. There's so many stories out there. And hi, Chrysler. Nice to see you again. Um, so many stories out there. And yeah, tons of stories out there. So shout out to Jeremy Loville's Autistic Show. Shout out to AZ Infidel. Thank you so much for all that you do. And shout out to Chrysler Imperial H. Thank you so much for all that you do. I wanted to go into something that I haven't gone into in a while, and I figure I would do it. I figure I would do it. I do it this evening because I mean, honestly, I think for me to get through to put everything on for tomorrow, I think it's a lot. So just figure I can do some of it. And it's kind of late. I know what time are we looking at? We're looking at 12:20 in the AM on the East Coast right now. So that's pretty late, but I appreciate you guys for coming. I'm not sure where everybody's from. I think Chrysler's from the West Coast. And I'm going to read some comments. So I'm going to be very casual with this, not a huge agenda. What I want to say, I'm going to speak from the gut, from the heart, or from the gut, or whatever you want to say. Yeah, maybe not quite rave, not quite rant, but just just truth juice is all we got. AZ says the bottom line is that the Democrats have nothing to work with despite all the blustery talk. Yeah, I'm serious. I really, if you just go back, I mean, just when you just think about it, I'm really open ended here, so I don't mind talking back and forth with you guys. But if you just even go back to the end of 2019, that was all about impeachment, right? And it just seems like the impeachment was just a segue. I mean, where's my tin hat? This is like some kind of insurance policy. There's insurance policies everywhere. If this doesn't work, then we'll do this. If this doesn't work, I mean, is anybody sick of this? I mean, AZ says yes. I'm just thinking, we've heard. I mean, I'm just thinking they're just unleashing these things onto this country, and it just seems to be some people are just flopping around. They go right along with it, Yeah, nothing to see here. Be a good human being and put your mask on. So, yeah, but with that said, I want to go into something a little bit on the pro. I want to come from the pro life spectrum here just for a second. And with that, I tend to, life news is, I think, pretty spot on. In fact, life news is where I introduced myself to Bevelyn Beatty and Ed May. I can't think of Ed May's last name, but you know what? They're pretty much going right into it. They're pretty much they're spot on, and I think many of these organizations are, they're lighting a fire underneath. So I mean, they're talking about Murkowski already. They're talking about, of course, they're talking about, who you need to keep your eye on. But I want to bring this particular story. Now, this is written by Micaiah Bilger. I'm going to share this on the screen with you guys. This one is entitled Senate Approves 6 More Trump Judges, including pro-life judges who want Roe overturned. So here it goes, ladies. If you're a liberal, you got your tears, get your tears in a bucket ready. Let's see. Yes, that's on the docket as well, Chrysler. They're trying. Nancy, I mean, seriously, I think their little Saul Alinsky tactics are really down. Like, they need some new strategies. I no, but let me just get real. It's either that or violence. Okay? That's your alternative. I'm convinced that's the alternative. It's violence. When one thing doesn't work, you're up to violence at this point. So, with that said, I'm going to share. I'm going to share this screen with you guys, and I found, I guess I've been. It's hard to stay plugged in because there's just, it's breaking news until the next thing breaks. It's breaking by the second. It's breaking. Okay, so I'm really on no lights, camera, action right now. No less. Okay, so we're going to look at this one. This is coming from lifenews.com. I think that's pretty solid, a pretty solid site. Their sources, I think they're pretty solid, but we'll look at it right now. All right, so this is lifenews.com, and this is their article, Senate approves 6 more Trump judges, including pro-life judges who want Roe overturned. Okay, so I'm going to do some paraphrasing in and out here. I have some visuals for you guys, some imagery for you tonight. I know you guys like imagery. You prefer to have a little things going on, a little action going on. But according to this, the U.S. Senate approved 6 more conservative judges to federal courts on Tuesday. So you see, when I say, okay, so I was very much outdated when I said that. I said this is a continuous, that Trump's got, these conservative judges. 165 is what it was. I guess maybe it was earlier this year or last year, but now we're getting into, it's more than that. So according to this, there are 6 more appointed into federal courts on Tuesday and Wednesday, prompting outrage from pro-abortion groups. So see, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. They already know. That's where the outrage, they see the forecast. Okay. According to this, appointed by President Donald Trump, the judges will fill open seats in California. Did you hear that? Push the wax over. California. These judges will fill open seats in California. Now, that's one of the bookends, California and New York. So they are raging, fumed. And Illinois, the International Business Times reports. To date, Trump has appointed more than 260 judges to federal court. So I was off a whole 100, but I started out, I said 165 to 200, but it's okay. So I'll keep going here. Enough about me. It is a huge upset to the abortion industry, which has relied on the courts to keep abortion on demand legal for decades. Okay, after the votes, Tuesday and Wednesday, prominent pro-abortion groups blasted Senate Republican leaders for confirming judges who are, quote, extremely hostile to reproductive freedom, end quote. That's a hell of a concept. Word salads, right? For 200 Chuck. All right. They especially targeted David Dugan and Stephen McGlynn, who will fill seats in the Eastern District of Illinois. Alternate reports, both judges received praise from pro-life organizations for supporting rights for unborn babies. Anisa Singh, the director of Judiciary Affairs at Planned Parenthood, claimed the judges' quote records demonstrate they are more likely to be threats to people's health, rights, and bodily autonomy, end quote. Singh also slammed the U.S. Senate for voting for judges when it should be passing another CV relief bill, according to the report. See there? I mean, hey, that's kind of a mouthful right there, right? That's kind of a mouthful. Did you guys hear that? Shout out to the rapper. We're just chopping it up. I figure, there's so much of this stuff. I mean, of course, I might scan a little bit on it tomorrow, but this is so now I think we've got even more. There's real time threats happening right now. So they figure, this is just one more feather in the cap for the conservatives. It's gonna put the nail, as my dad said, nail in the coffin. So that's gonna be a break. That's gonna crush them. That industry is done, and the UN has wants stake in that agenda as well. So that is a big deal. All right. So without further ado, I'll keep going. That's a great article so far. All right. So according to this, okay, so we're going to keep going here. So Lena Swazenstein of the Leadership Conference went so far as to call it, quote, deeply cruel, end quote, that Senate leaders would, quote, prioritize, end quote, the appointment of pro-life judges over the pandemic. She slammed Dugan and McGlynn are, quote, unfit, end quote, for the bench because they believe it is wrong to kill unborn babies. Quote, the confirmations of David Dugan and Stephen McGlynn put that court takeover into stark relief. Both have worked against reproductive freedom in their professional and personal capacities, end quote. Sovereignstein said in a statement, quote, Dugan previously campaigned on an anti-abortion stance and questioned the legality of Roe. And similarly, McGlynn has been instrumental in pushing forward an anti-abortion agenda in Illinois. Their records on this and other critical civil and human rights make them unfit for lifetime positions, end quote. Their harsh criticism is an encouraging sign about the future for unborn babies. Okay, according to this, the abortion industry cannot win the court of public opinion. In the last 10 years, Americans have voted in strong pro-life state legislatures that have passed hundreds of laws to protect unborn babies and mothers from abortion. Thwarted at the ballot box, the abortion industry has come to rely on activist judges to block these laws and keep its deadly billion dollar work going. Now, Trump and the U.S. Senate are dismantling its power by replacing its judicial allies with pro life judges who will uphold basic rights for all Americans, including those who are not born yet, or not yet born. So, as you can see, you've got some real time. This is, ladies and gentlemen, let me just plain speak, not new speak, not ingsoc, but plain speak. This is about money. And I don't care if you're out there, you might not like what I'm about to say. If you out here begging for abortions, that is about to come to a close. If you're out here using that as a method of control, that is about to come to an end. You want pleasure and no responsibility? That is about to come to an end. You can kick, you can scream, you can whine, but you're not going to be able to fix this one up. And I'm not going to tell my age, but there used to be a time where people said, if you go out here and do something, you're going to take care of your responsibility. What are the chances we're going to get back to that? Well, as I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, it depends. It depends. If you're out here begging for abortions, don't you love all this flowery writing? What is it? You go from reproductive rights to reproductive freedom. Reproductive justice. I mean, I'm telling you, these word salads. Ay, ay, ay. Well, see, that's the thing. It is an industry, and I'm trying to say this as all as I can say. And with that, I feel it appropriate to. There's somebody that I want to share. There's somebody that gives a great. He does better than me. Okay, you might say that doesn't take much, but let's see. But yeah, it's coming to a close. Because the Black community is the one that's suffering, is suffering quite a bit from all this euphemizing, and them telling people that it's good health care. I've started believing this is the death party. They crave death. They're begging for death. I mean, is that not dark? Is it not? So I won't be long here. Hope you guys are doing well out there. You're tolerating. If you're tolerating, this is the second time for me in here. But before I share that, I just want to say, that it's the Black community that's hurting from all of this. I'm going to tell you, like from the '60s up, they've euphemized not having a man in the house. Oh well, the government will do what? The government shouldn't be in your bed. You shouldn't be in your uterus. You shouldn't be in any of those places, right? And the only way to, I mean, what can we stop this? Can we stop this? Is the question. But then, and see, this was part of what I was going to save. I was going to save this until tomorrow. I still might, but it's really on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to say it. What? But see, that's the indoctrination, is what that's indoctrination. These people don't know, they don't know who to listen to. They don't know what they're angry about. They don't know what they're mad about. They don't know what they're offended about. They want to be, they want to they want to be, they want to capitalize on being victims and privilege at the same time. You know, they're throwing it around. I'm going to throw it around here. They want to capitalize on privilege, and then they want to capitalize on victimhood. And everybody's angry because I'm tired. This is about to turn into a rant. I feel it. I'm sick of people being angry because they're black. I'm going to tell you, I'm black and I'm not angry because I'm black. I'm not. Do we all make good choices? Sometimes, most of the time. I'd like to think we make better choices. Do we make bad choices? Sometimes we do. But am I going to stand here and tell you that this is the same type of that what they're talking about, them making bad choices and being irresponsible, that somebody else is responsible for me not having it so good? No. You got a lot of hateful people, and that's taught. There's actually there's a fantastic documentary, The Truth About Roe v. Wade. I'm going to share that with you guys in the stream. They might yank it, but I could share it. And I'm thinking this might be one of the points. This may be one of the points that they're going to argue. I think this could be, I think they've got enough to do it. So let me drop this in here before I get you guys some imagery. Get you some real imagery for your Sunday/Monday. Shout out to everybody in the stream. A little bit no frills tonight. As you can see, we have got a little bit of light, but no no frills right now. A little bit of light here. So I'm going to drop this in the stream, but this is a fantastic, I would love to play that out, but I'm not sure if it would last, because we're all playing by their rules right now. So there is your link. Shout out to Philip J. Turner. Thank you guys for seeing me back home. Seeing me back from the store. So so let me get back to this other, because I have something else. There was a reverend. He has a fantastic point to make about unique view. It's in the stream. So, if you want to look at it, some of you don't have any issues with this. But, some of you, but however, everything is perverted to the point of confusion, and confusion to chaos, and then from chaos to deception, right? That's the game. That's that game that we play here. Except for I think one group is leading with that more than the other. So here, let me get back into this, but hope you guys are doing well. I do have a shorter video, but then I have this reverend is very, very passionate about what he's saying. And it's very factual. I think he's probably on point. I think he is. But who would ever admit that? Who would ever admit that? So as soon as I grab that one, I'll pull it right up for you guys. But I do have another one. I do have another one. They may have even yanked that one down. You know how they do. That's what they do around here. But as always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and hanging around. It makes a huge difference in our lives, in the life of the channel. I'll say that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will play you the other clip instead. I will play you the other one because I'll find the other thing for you. Hope you guys are doing well. And we have some African American / black people / whatever your favorite word salad is, speaking out about BLM, calling BLM out. So this guy has an interesting way of calling them out, and I thought I might share that with you. So I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are, where you're joining me from. And let's just go back into that. Shout out to everybody in the stream. It's so nice to see you guys come out. I never take you guys for granted, believe it or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to this next article, and I will tell you it is entitled Black American Says If Black Lives Matter, Talk About Black Babies Killed in Abortions. So you're going to get a little bit of testimony from not just one, but two. Not one, but two. Shout out to everybody in the stream. So nice to see you, Old Head Deuce. Nice to see you, Old Head Deuce. Nice to see you, Unique View. I thank you guys for hitting the channelytics around here. And so let's go over to the video. There. Shout out to anybody over on Periscope that may be joining me for the late night grease. Looks like I've got one viewer over there. Who could it be? Who could it be now? Ooh, I got a new follower. Thank you guys so much over there. Okay, so we're going to do this one, and I hope I can grab that other video for you while we're in the... So shout out everybody in the stream. So I'm going to play this for you. Let's see. Copy the link, and I'm going to play it from... It looks like I can play it from FB. We'll see what they do. I don't know if they... Let's see if I can play it. Let's see. What do I see here? All right. We're good to go. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. I got the wrong... Let me get you in the right stream, the right screen here. But nevertheless, I will get it. Sorry about the mistake there. It's all good. Not to worry. Okay, so here we go. See if they yank this one. Here we go.
Why? They are full of hate. You don't need it. America don't need it. In a black neighborhood, black on black crime is real, and most of them are dying for black crimes. White people aren't doing anything to them. White people voted Barack Obama in for 8 years. 8 years. Everything that the blacks could be crying about should have did it on his watch, and they did it. I'm black 52. I'm not oppressed. Ain't nobody oppressing me. America is more free than it's ever been. And every black person knows that.
Amen.
So to keep listening to somebody make you think they going through this, some little young 19-year-old black person, they've been through this, they ain't been through nothing. They're creating it. They're creating a problem that does not exist, like they're talking about. Is there racism? Of course. But overall, you understand how far we've come? Do you understand how far we've come? We have now in America, white mothers and fathers are allowing their daughters to marry black folks. Y'all know this stuff that don't exist like it used to. Years ago, a white girl could have never. I'm married to a Caucasian woman, the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh my God, I love you.
So all this talk about racism and all this, don't listen to it. It's a lie. They don't know who they're mad at. Remember, this started with George Floyd. It went from George Floyd to now it became the white people. Then it went from the white people. Now it's the whole system of America. They don't know what they're mad at. They don't know what they're bothered by. All we're saying, you guys, don't get caught up in the hype.
So
it's all
life,
wrong.
Right?
I am the happiest man. I'm one of the happiest men in the world. I'm one of the happiest blessed men in the world. If you could see my life, I thank God. But that's what I told them. I'm not oppressed. The only people that's oppressed in this world is people that embrace being oppressed. If you want to complain about something, there's a million things to complain about, but why not be grateful at what you have? And this is what I say. If they're so bothered, why don't they leave and go to Africa or to another country? Woo! Yeah. If you're that bothered with America, pack your stuff, hold a crusade, because I think some of us will put money up and help you leave.
You know, I gotta support my fellow patriots. You know, I gotta be out here supporting the police, the people that we need, the people that stand in the gap for us when it comes to crime, when it comes to delinquency. You understand? So I gotta be out here. I need to be out here to show them support because they're being vilified across the board. It's unacceptable. They think it's gonna be some type of utopia with the police, and it makes no sense. There's no data supporting that. There's no data backing that up. But we all know when there's a lack of police presence, crime goes up. Okay, lawlessness goes up. Civil unrest goes up. So we need the police. They are the ones that stand in the gap. Like I said, they stand in the gap for us. They hold it down for us. So to abolish the police's asinine concept is going to do nothing but bring about the destruction of America. I mean, what are they expecting us to take the law into our own hands? I mean, I don't know what they're trying to prescribe, but whatever it is, it's not going to work because we need law and order. We need law enforcement. And the whole point of law enforcement, you have to use force. That's the whole point of law enforcement, right? So we got to get used to this and understand this concept that the police are here for our benefit, not for our detriment. Understand that your organization, Black Lives Matter, has been hijacked by Antifa, well, first of all, it's not even a legitimate cause. Because we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. Let's talk about the abortion rate, right? Black abortion rate. Talk about more black babies being killed in New York City than birth. Let's talk about the crime, the lawlessness in places like Chicago, black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta, all these inner cities. Let's talk about that. If we want to really talk about Black Lives Matter, then we got to be proactive in our approach to stop these black lives from being murdered and killed in the street. So Black Lives Matter doesn't really stand for Black Lives Matter. It's all about the narrative, and that's all they're trying to push.
The Democratic Party, with the apparatus of the media, has somehow gotten into people's heads that what everyone else wants in their life, like family, a good job, protection, is somehow different than what black people want. Thank you. Like, we're all human beings and approach it from that place. If we're sitting there not at all like having opportunities in our communities because no one's investing in it, because we leave in burnt and prison, or we leave everything there, and we have our politicians in there, and if you live in that city, you're a white liberal somewhere else, and you're voting for these people because they're blue, but you're not looking at their policies. And you know what? They're actually destroying it. I'm glad you mentioned that, because BLM is actually anti-black. They're anti-black. They want to destroy the patriarchal family. Yes. What
everybody knows that a two-parent home is the family
kids are
unit that is most
90% more
beneficial.
likely to
So any organization that wants to remove the father from a home is anti-family.
And why we have, because of the '94 crime bill, thanks Joe Biden, we actually have proof to show us, these black men who have been taken out, over 100,000 black men gone forever in communities, and we've seen the results.
Pain in the street is doing absolutely no good for the black man. I must be a Democrat because I'm black, right? Is that what you're saying? Everybody know Black Lives Matter. We don't need to waste money painting on the street. We don't need to waste money buying T-shirts because we know our lives matter. They're too late.
All right, guys. So there you kind of got a little bit of an assortment there. I think the last guy on the screen is actually, I can't remember his name. I think it's David something, but he's running for office in New York. I think he is. But yeah, one of the other faces I think was a little bit more familiar because he's at lots of rallies. But actually, one of those rallies was in Beverly Hills. So it looks like even Beverly Hills has taken a little bit of the red pill. And I do believe that, we've even got some friends coming from across the pond to say, hey, whoa, America, this is it. This is it. We support you, but wake up. We can't do all the fighting and cheering for you. So, is it Katie? I can't think of Katie's last name, but yeah, I hadn't even seen that whole clip, but it was nice to see. But yeah, just so many things going on. But but I will say this now, and here again, I'm not the gaslighter. I'm just more of a realist and kind of a bit of a cynic, not a death by altruism, as Old School Wolf would say. Shout out to him. But I'm saying with the amount of violence that they're calling for, you got it. I think when they do, is that what they call the dog whistle? They dog whistle all the time. I mean, in fact, yeah, I think they've already started their minions. In fact, there is a rally tomorrow, and they're calling it moral. They're calling it a moral rally that's going to be hosted tomorrow. They're actually having a march. There's some kind of a march that's going to actually take place outside of Mitch McConnell's home. So I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen. I just, this is, I don't know, the violence between, or can I say let me make up a word here if I may. The interpartisan battle, to me, could get pretty yucky. So I just want to there's something very specific that I wanted to show you, and I will get to it, believe it or not. So I hope you guys are doing well out there, and that you are, staying above the fray. So what it is tomorrow looks like there's a Moral Monday caravan and digital march on McConnell. Do you guys see how they mobilize? They are professional organizers. Professional revolutionaries. This is, they've got all their legions. All the legions are out. But the thing about it is, no matter where you stand, you better stand corrected. You better stand corrected, or you better stand, as a friend of mine would say, locked and loaded. Which he says, I stay locked. He says, I stay locked and loaded, is what my friend says. And it's like no holes barred, for them. And but I'm just saying, for them to publicly unleash all this insurgency onto the people. I mean, I just think they're gonna make what the last 3 or 4 months look like I think it's going to be much worse than that. So shout out to everybody in the stream. Hi, it's the definition of anarchy. Thank you so much for coming in. Unique view. Shout out to you. Newman Outdoors. How are you? Shout out to Old Head Deuce. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the on the situation from earlier. You guys were worried about me. That's generous of you guys. I really appreciate that. Shout out to the Lockhart Perspective. Anybody out there, if you're up getting a glass of water or getting your late night snack, I appreciate you guys for coming in and sharing your snack and or your, what do they call it, the late night munchies here. Yeah, because we let our hair down here at Black Spring at this hour, so no, not a lot of frills for you. Just just me. Shout out to Philip J. Turner. And let's see who else is still. The rapper 10,000 is here. Shout out to you guys. AZ Infidel, thank you so much. Old Head Deuce. Who else? Well, you know what? Let's see. And shout out to Jeremy Lovell's Autistic Show. Thanks so much. Nice to see you. And yeah, well, I think they need to. I don't know. They're going to do whatever they have to do. Unique view. I mean, but the thing is, we've talked about it before. Like at this point, we know what I think. A lot of people know what they would like to see, but at the same time, look at your Congress, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them. Are they actually are they working for the people all the time? Look at their records. I mean, this is an election cycle, so I feel it's my citizen duty to say, hey, look at their records. Look at their records. Do you think Mitt Romney's going to vote for us to fill that seat? Look at Murkowski. Look at Collins. And who knows? Graham has said he's going to support it, but look at it. Look at it. They all get the little, what are they all get the sleep with one eye open for me. I'm just sorry. I think that our servants are bought and paid for, and they're fighting like this is a bone scrap right now. So I think this week is going to be fully loaded. I think the following week is going to be that some version of a debate. I'm telling you, that's going to be hard to watch. So if I can, I'd like to stream that. I mean, it would be at this point, who was it? Somebody used to say, you have to laugh to fight back the tears sometimes. And I think I think this is one of those times because, you just think about it, the country has been through a lot. The country's been through a lot already. So, but if it's possible, if I can actually stream that debate, and let me do this again. I do this on a little bit on a regular basis, but can you guys put a one in the stream if you actually think there's actually going to be a debate? Or do you think this is going to be, do you think they can handle debates, a socially distanced debate, or do you think it's going to be the Zoom conference? Let me know what you think. The rapper. Zoom conference would be under the number 2. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, Old Head says the Zoom conference. The Zoom conference with Che Guevara in the background for Joe Biden. Yikes. Well, it's interesting. So I've got mostly ones. So I got 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 out of Old Head and 1 and 2 say there will be. So it looks like we're gonna have a debate. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Let's see. Okay, so we have let's see, maybe I have one more for you. It's amazing how I've gotten into 45 minutes already. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I didn't say anything about the channelytics, but I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys for even coming out this late. You know, when I first, sometimes the late streams are the best streams. I really think so. Yeah, but I really appreciate it. So let's do one more. Let's do one more. I don't know what kind of time you guys have, but I appreciate it. Let's see. I wanted to do something that I haven't done. So get your popcorn and your gummy bears and all your whatever you use at the movies for your debate. So I'll see if I can stream it here. I guess I need to find out who's going to cover that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, what did I hear last? Is Wolf Blitzer going to be a part of that? Yikes. We'll make it work. Hang on a second. Philip says, it wouldn't surprise me if after Senate roll call and the morning prayer pledge in the morning that they submit the candidate's name in the Senate tomorrow morning. Excellent, excellent, excellent hypothesis. We'll see, without a doubt. All right, so look. Oh, wow, we've got some interesting things coming your way. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Yeah, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm just totally laughing these things off, but there's a bit of some of this, we just have to watch, because it's a lot going on there. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you guys, and we'll keep going. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, guys, just a little low rider for your that was actually I needed that. That's a great tune, by the way. It's like low riders. You're getting all these parades. If you checked out my video from earlier, I'm sure you saw some other oh my gosh, there's so much lunacy. Let me show you something else. Hope you guys are well. Thank you guys so much for entertaining the show at this late hour. I swear I can't make this stuff up. Hang on one second. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I really appreciate it. Da-da-da. Okay, so here we go. Some mask safety for you. You ready? Did you guys see that the mask safety there? Or isn't that killing you? Ay. Fun stuff, right? Chrysler, I don't know. He was here earlier. Not sure. Not sure where he went. He might be around here. He might still be around here. Give me just a second here. I don't know why my screen's being a mess all of a sudden, but oh wow. Now here, okay, I'm gonna share this one with you guys. That's a great tune. I love Low Rider. All right, so we're gonna do that. And it looks like we've got some more people that are kind of catching the fever here. Did I say catching the fever? Not football, not Friday night. Let's see what we'll
President Trump, if you were running here, I think you would be elected. And this is Canada.
out to you. Not sure where Chrysler went. Not exactly sure. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And yeah, as always, I really appreciate you guys for coming in at this late hour. And like I said, I do have some things planned for tomorrow. So I will certainly be back. Let's see if I have one more thing. So I guess we'll round out in about 10 minutes, and I wish you guys well on your on the start of your work week or your Monday. Let me give a shout out to everybody in the stream. Also, shout out to Old Head Deuce. Shout out to Philip J. Turner. Shout out to Ted Cruz. Or yes, I'll keep doing my shout out. I'm gonna get out of the way there. To the rapper 10,000. Shout out to Unique View. Shout out to what's it? The definition of anarchy was here. Shout out to Newman Outdoors. Shout out to you, AZ Infidel. You guys have been hanging in there since I left home. And I've made it back. Okay. Shout out to Jeremy Loville's Autistic Show. Thank you so much. Shout out to Chrysler, wherever you are. Shout out to Chrysler. It's actually finally starting to cool off around here. Finally, my gosh. What? He said, I'm a great source for scary news. That's what I live for. It's scary news. What's scary about it? What's scary? What did I scare you with this time, old head? Preach, 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 preach. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You can share it with us. You can share it with us. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Oh, this one was kind of funny. Funny. Doomsday, no problem. Oh yeah. So am I scaring you, old head? That's not. I didn't mean to do that. Again to Pelosi, which is okay. We can do that around here. Okay, so I'm going to share that stream. All right. Hang on real quick. I'll be right with you.
Crazy Nancy, crazy as a bedbug. She's crazy as a bedbug. She decided to. Can you? And I don't know what it is, but I think if I owned a beauty parlor, I had a customer, I'm not so sure I'd be turning her in. The owner turned Nancy in. That's a lot of hate. What did you do it? You know what she. And I turned her in. You know that? How about that? How about that, huh? Oh, we love her. She can do my hair anytime. I think I'm going to call her in. Check it out. Maybe you can do something. Maybe you can improve it. It's not bad, though.
All right. Just a little bit of a hair dig for you. You know, everybody wants their hair done. Even me. And, I'm oppressed and everything. I have black hair. Black hair matters. I should go after that hair. Black hair matters. All hair matters, not just Nancy's hair. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I appreciate you guys and hairstyle. They help. Want to go into cosmetology or anything on here, but I appreciate you guys for lending me your ear. Yeah, as an AZ infidel. Yeah. Well, you can quote me on that. I don't mind. Go ahead and quote me. Quote me for saying that black hair matters. We'll take. Yeah, on your way into Monday. So let's do it now. Thanks, guys.
a I drive a Prius, and that is canceled. Okay, I don't exactly know who this guy is, but I don't like his look at all. I don't like anything that this guy stands for. Canceled. White rice, brown rice. Why they gotta be separated? Think about it. Cancel. Uncle Ben's absolutely offended by that. Listen, do I know any minorities myself? No, I don't, but I feel very beating a cow against its will. Everyone's a winner. Thank you. That is the only brand of ice cream I will support. Rebel ice cream. Wow. Why don't you just change this to Soldier in the Confederate Army ice cream? Okay, I just looked up Red Baron. Red Baron is a fighter pilot in the German Air Force in World War I. Seems extremely anti-Semitic. Orville Redenbacher, look at this guy. He definitely made some mistakes in his past. Do you want to cancel him? We can if we want. I'll look up some mistakes that he made in his past and we can cancel him. I need to appease my white guilt by virtue signaling on the internet. The Keebler elves. Isn't that cute? Well, it's 2020. They're called little people. Canceled. Tombstone. What stands on top of a tombstone? A statue. Tear them all down. Canceled. Ezekiel bread, as described in the Holy Scriptures. That's offensive to atheists. Canceled immediately. Oh, little Debbie. Why does she have to have red hair? Offensive to gingers. Canceled. Hey, Granny Smith, you ever heard of, I don't know, ageism? Canceled. What do we have here? Country gravy, $7.58. Brown gravy, $7.47. I'm just saying, think about it. Tupac. You ever heard any of his lyrics? Very violent. Is that what you guys support? Spam? Add them to the list. Canceled. It's 2020 and Oreo is still separating the light and the dark. You know who's out here solving racism in a Walmart? Duplex. 1850. You know what those dates are? Pre-Civil War. You know another term that means pre-Civil War? Antebellum. That's right. Just like the band, that brand is canceled. Oh, super fun. Barnum and Bailey's animal cruelty crackers. Canceled. A woman carrying salt alone in the rain. Absolutely not. Just looked up the definition of minion. 1, an underling or follower of a powerful person. 2, a servant. Canceled. If the Dixie Chicks are canceled, then so are these plates. There are thousands of products in this grocery store, and if I consume any of them, I also support the political and moral choices of everyone involved in that company, which makes literally no sense, but it's 2020, and here we are. Wheat thins. I don't think so. Another impossible standard for women to live up to. Let's get some wheat thicks up here, and then we'll talk. I love Lizzo. Okay, now we're in the cleaning aisle. We got 2 dish scrubbers with hands with fingernail polish on them. Why do the women always have to do the dishes? Canceled. Arm and Hammer seems very oppressive. Hey, Rice Krispie treats, why don't you try some diversity? White, white, white. Canceled. Megan Rapinoe on the Cliff Bar. Thank you. Gender wage gap finally solved. Oh, what's that? And this doesn't mean anything at all, and we still have real problems that we need to address. Okay. Oh, sorry. We got rid of Aunt Jemima.
All right, guys. I just had to give you a little bit of liberal making the world great again, right? Shout out to Old Head Deuce. Come on. Come on, man. Cold War Jesus. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. What else have we got going on here? I really appreciate you guys so much. I was gonna save this for tomorrow. I still might save it because you guys are getting a treat right now for staying up this late and I'm going to give you the whole spiel from tomorrow. And I'm going to read a statement from Philip J. Turner. Thank you so much. Philip says, I wasn't raised to hate. In 1969, I was the first white boy to dance with a black girl on live television in Asheville, North Carolina. Her name was Tina Gray. We won the square dancing championship broadcast on, is that Raw or RAL TV? That's awesome. That's cool. That's a dance that I would have liked to have developed. You might get an introduction at that an introduction in school if you're lucky, I guess. But I wanted to learn more about it. It was fun. It was fun, and it seems like everything that was fun, you did a lot less of the fun and that kind of a bit. So very cool. I appreciate you. Let's see, what else do we have? I think we might go ahead and wrap this in and wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys for coming back, and appreciate you guys for coming back on the second time. What is there a chance you have that footage, Philip J. Turner? I mean, if you want to submit it to me, I'd be happy to play it for you. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I love music. I love dance, and I'm pretty sure there's people in the stream that love music and they love dance too. Tina could really dance. Awesome. I mean, I think people just, during those times, or times I think prior to the 90s and even the 80s. I think the 80s, I honestly would have preferred a 70s to have been born in the 70s or something like that. Maybe, yeah. Maybe even the 60s, but definitely the 70s. You never had the footage. Interesting, but definitely really cool. No less enjoyable. But thank you so much for sharing that. So yeah. But I think I missed something. I missed somebody's stream, a really great stream last night. Maybe it's this Saturday. Well, no, that was a couple of days ago, so I missed that. So shout out to everybody in the stream. And of course, the rapper's got wishes. The rapper's wishes are the best. Oh, here's one. Here's one that I wanted to share with you guys. On right now. So, yikes. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you guys.
I think yesterday he held one inside. No one wore a mask. And I've become the type of person where I hope they all get it and die. I'm sorry, but that I am so frustrated and just I don't know what else to do. You can't argue with them. You can't talk sense into them. I said to somebody yesterday, I hope they all die before the election. That's the only saving hope I have right now. Definitely bootlickers. Anyhow, okay, I'm going to stop talking about politics because I really should not be talking politics in here. I think yesterday he held one inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, this happens to be this woman. This happens to be a professor at Marshall University, and she was recorded on what looks like a Zoom call as she went on a crazy anti-Trump tirade. So, you notice I'll probably play it again for you because she probably realized that she's going to be exposed. So she's triggered like many, and the lack of people wearing masks, and so I'll play it one last time, and so you see. But here again, here's a testimony to the liberals running the schools. And see, the thing about it is, here's the darkness. Okay, I'll play this and I'll tell you what my point is.
No one wore a mask, and I've become the type of person where I hope they all get it and die. I'm sorry, but that talking about politics, because I really should not be talking politics in here. I think yesterday he held one inside. No one.
Okay, so that little excerpt goes to the heart of what I'm talking about. These liberal teachers. Okay, that happened to be a liberal professor. Now, kids K through 12, or I would even say K through probably 8, you're less likely to see exactly what goes on in your kids' kindergarten or middle school classroom. They're probably not even catching it, but it's actually but you better believe they're actually doing it. They're actually they're doing this indoctrination kind of a bit, but you can't catch it at that level because those kids are not nearly as reflective. They will be reflective, but it'll be more, you know, about their discoveries and playing with their friends when they reflect, or at school, on what happened at school. But what kindergarten kid's going to pull out their phone and say, "Hey, mom, let me tell you what we talked about in class today. Let me show you what my teacher said." So that's not being captured. And just because it's not being captured and it's not being talked about doesn't mean it's not happening. I mean, some kids have buy their kids cell phones in elementary school, but I'm sure they're not catching that kind of footage. They're not being exposed. But yeah, the indoctrination is definitely real. And I'm not advocating go out and buy your kid an iPhone and help them get it, help them, help them covertly record what's going on, or what kind of conversations, or what kind of things, or what kind of idioms are being spoken, because I'm sure there are. I'm going to read some comments here. Okay, the last one. Well, I'll go up to the rapper. He says the ABL spoke about her and the Marshall U teacher was not fired for her statement. Oh, I'm not surprised. If it was a male teacher saying that, he would be arrested. You see the hypocrisies. Yeah, I see the hypocrisies. But to me, I don't know why that's coming into the classroom. It's is she political science teacher, and then I'm going to tell you the truth. Whether it's a colleague, a coworker, or students, many students seem to think that it's just there's some level of cool when they can associate, or they find there's some kind of camaraderie in being progressive. Oh, that's so progressive. And the next thing you know, they're going backwards. It's And I've seen that before. I've seen it before. I've seen it from adults, and I've seen it. I'm just thinking where where I'm like I don't know where he felt the need to say that. He'll make his response to somebody else is something. Oh, that's really progressive. Um, and this guy had actually served. He was actually he was veteran. And lo and behold, I thanked him for his service. Oh, you don't have to do that. Excuse me, what do you mean I don't have to do it? Of course, and nobody has to do anything. Well, most people say that because most people say that and they don't know anything about the military. Well, you served, didn't you? Like, if you, I'm just thinking, look, dude, deal with your own insecurities. Don't put your insecurities on me, your issues on me. If you serve, you say, well, I didn't do it for the right reasons, and I'm like, my gosh, seriously, that's why I say all the time. Sometimes I wonder the people that we're walking shoulder to shoulder with every day. Who are these people? This whole postmodernism culture thing has really got you thinking. Well, are these fellow Americans, or who are we dealing with? And that's why. And this is, I'm not the one, to soft hands things. But if you're offended, but I'm, you might be offended by this, but you know, this thing could get really ugly. Is the realization. Postmodernism has a way of making of people hating their own country. I mean, and then they turn into flag burners and everything else burners. I mean, how do you get to that point? You're not getting there overnight. And I've said this before. You have people, you run into some Americans internationally, and oh, we wish we could be more like you guys. And I'm like, did I just hear that? But you want a flat economy? Is that what you want to be more like? See, that's the thing. What motivates? It's just, I have never seen so many. It's like they're dumb as rocks. Have no perspective. Shout out to everybody in the stream. I mean, the things that they're putting into these curriculums, I'm not even going into the hypersexuality that they're adding to these curriculums. I am trying not to go into that. That's a little, I try not to go into that too much, but it's a part of the indoctrination. It is. And the fact that you have, if you find kids under 25 years old and they all have the same talking points, it's definitely real. It's like, how about you read a real book? You need to reintroduce books back into society, like history books, not propaganda pamphlets, not social media. I mean, Photoshop. How about we do that? But I mean, I'll try not to go any further with that. But once again, I appreciate everybody for coming in. This is the final shout out for this evening. Shout out to Cold War Jesus. Thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Philip J. Turner. And yeah, you guys are catching me on it's actually not that late. It's late enough, but late for you guys because it's after midnight on the on the East Coast. And shout out to Philip J. Turner, the rapper 10,000. And let's see, who else do we have? Keith the Fates here. And who else do we have? Now everybody's going to be aggravated because I normally don't go live. I don't do my lives the way I used to do. I used to just go live, just random. No frills, just wherever I am is what you get. Shout out to AZ Infidel. Thank you so much for coming in. And I think the Lockhart perspective was in here. Lockhart, if you're here, give me a 1. Shout out to Unique View. And let's see, Newman Outdoors. Thank you so much for coming in. Everybody that's working or taking a smoke break or whatever it is you're doing, I really appreciate it. And I'm missing somebody else. Rapper 10,000's here. Chrysler was here. Jeremy Lovell's Autistic Show. Thanks so much. I appreciate you guys so much for all that you do. Yeah, keep the faith. I'm tracking. And Philip J. Turner says it's 1:37. And see, the rapper says it's 12:30. 12:36? Is it 12:36 in Chicago, or is it 1:36? What? You guys are on Central Standard Time? I appreciate it. I'm going across time zones tonight. That's what we'll call it moonlighting across time zones. Is what we do. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for the channelytics, for hitting that like, and also appreciate the engagement. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be putting out more videos, of course, this week coming up. I did put out a video today, and of course I'll be putting out more videos. So I appreciate the engagement on that. And thanks so much over on Periscope. I had some people over on Periscope checking out what's going on. And let's see, what else do we have here? All right, guys, I thank you so much for all that you do and all of the time you spend and invest here on Black Spring with Autumn. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And if everything goes well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And have a great rest of the night. Philip says, I hope my little good kind of helps balance the bad news. All right, guys. I appreciate you coming on at the 11th hour, and have a great rest of the night.